Hello students, welcome to my new video of control and coordination where we are going to start with the endocrine system. Yes, we have finished with the nervous system and now we are going to see how this system coordinates with the nervous system and what are the components of it. So let's begin. So the topics that we are going to discuss here are the introduction of endocrine system together with the following glands: hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, and thyroid gland. Okay. When we talk about the endocrine system is a system of glands which secrete chemicals which are known as hormones into the bloodstream, and they help in bringing about specific responses and controls the body function. Okay. Substances released by the hypothalamus trigger the production and secretion of hormones by the pituitary gland. So the first gland that we are going to begin with will be hypothalamus, but before that we will see what is the difference between an endocrine and an exocrine gland. Okay. Basically, an endocrine gland is a gland which pours its secretion directly into the bloodstream. Okay, but exocrine glands, they do that via a duct. Okay, they do not pour their secretions directly, but they do that via the duct. Okay, so this is the duct you can see, and the secretion is coming out from the duct, and this is the gland where basically the synthesis of the secretion is going on. So such glands are known as exocrine glands. Examples are sweat, oil, and salivary glands. Okay. Whereas the endocrine glands are the following. We will going to discuss them only. Okay. So the first endocrine gland is the hypothalamus gland, and it is a small region of the brain, as we saw in the previous videos also, where it is located at the base of the brain, and pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland which is hanging from the hypothalamus. Okay. Hypothalamus, although it is small and but it is playing a very important role in controlling the important functions, which includes the releasing the hormones and regulating the body temperature. So here in this video we are going to focus on this function of the hypothalamus, which is release of the hormones. Okay, so this is the structure of hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is present here, as you can see, and the pituitary is hanging from the base of the hypothalamus. Okay. Inside the hypothalamus, there are neurons. Okay. There are neurons inside the hypothalamus, and the secretions of the anterior pituitary basically they receive the signals from the neurons of the hypothalamus, and that is how they uh, s- uh, produce their secretion. But if you talk about the posterior pituitary, the neuronal connection is also there with the posterior pituitary of the hypothalamus. So the secretions for the posterior pituitary are synthesized in the hypothalamus, then they are sent to the posterior pituitary from where they are secreted. Okay. So this that is why we say the chemical control and coordination has a nervous system also at its heart. It works as a heart, to control everything. Okay. Or not the heart, we can say it's kind of a brain. So hypothalamus is the organ which is controlling the secretions of pituitary gland. Okay. And I will tell you one more thing, but not now. We will discuss the secretions of the hypothalamus here. Okay. So this is the posterior pituitary first is explained, and you can see the neuronal connection here, how the neurons they are going into the posterior pituitary here, how are they connected. So the synthesis of these two hormones which are ADH, and this is oxytocin basically. Okay. because oxytocin is made in the hypothalamus only. So this is the region where these two hormones are synthesized, then they come down via these neurons into the posterior pituitary where they are stored. But the secretion will depend upon a particular response, that is stimulus that is coming from the body. So ADH is anti-diuretic hormone. Okay. So here it is written, it stores ADH. The target organ is kidneys, sweat glands, circulatory system. Okay. And the effects is water balance. Okay. ADH helps in uh, increasing the water absorption from the kidney tubules. Oxytocin, on the other hand, affects the female reproductive system. So it triggers, the secretion is only triggered when the childbirth process is going on. Okay, so uterine, it triggers uterine contractions during the childbirth. Then we have come to the anterior pituitary. You can see how anterior pituitary is connected to the hypothalamus via neurons only. So these are the hormones which are secreted by the releasing hormones, I mean. There are releasing hormones that are secreted by the hypothalamus. So GnRH is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Wherever RH is written, RH is can be expanded as releasing hormones. Okay, so this is gonadotropin releasing hormone, and it causes the secretion of LH, which is luteinizing hormone, and FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, which affects the reproductive system, both male and female respectively, which causes LH basically causes the production of sex hormones by the gonads, and FSH, it causes the release of the sperms, production of sperms and egg respectively. Okay, so LH is luteinizing hormone. Okay, FSH is follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, TRH is thyrotropin releasing hormone. Thyrotropin releasing hormone affects the pituitary to release thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, this is thyrotropin releasing hormone. So I'm not writing the full form of RH, which is releasing hormone. Okay, this is TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. Stimulating hormone. Okay, it affects the thyroid gland, which causes the secretion of the thyroid hormones. PRH is a prolactin releasing hormone. Okay, PRH, prolactin releasing hormone, and PRL is prolactin, which is secreted from the memory, which affects the memory glands, and it promotes the milk production process. Okay, GHRH is growth hormone releasing hormone, which causes the secretion of growth hormone from the anterior pituitary, which affects liver, bone, and muscles, and it induces the growth factors, insulin like growth factors, which stimulate the growth and a higher metabolic rate. Okay, this is okay. This is adrenocorticotropic hormone. Okay, I will just write here adrenocorticotropic hormone. Okay, which causes the release of, this is releasing hormone, sorry. Okay, ACTH, RH. okay, which will cause the release of ACTH, that is adrenocorticotropic hormone, from the adrenal glands, and it will uh, stimulate the adrenal glands to produce their secretion. Okay, so you see how the secretions of hypothalamus are affecting the secretions of both posterior and anterior pituitary. Okay, so let's move on to the next gland, that is a pea-sized gland known as pituitary gland, and it is known as the master gland because it is regulating it is controlling the secretion of all the other glands. Okay, so this is known as the master gland, but just think once, without the secretion of the hypothalamus, would the pituitary work? No. So why we are calling it the master gland? We can still call it the master gland because it is responsible for controlling the secretion of all the other glands like adrenal gland, thyroid gland, okay, etc., etc. Uh, but hypothalamus is responsible for the functioning of only pituitary gland. Okay, so hypothalamus can be known as master of the master gland. Okay, yes. So this is the structure of the pituitary gland. Okay, what I want to show you is that pituitary is divided into three important regions. Okay, there is pars nervosa, okay, and pars distalis, okay, and there is the intermediate pituitary also. Pars nervosa is the anterior pituitary, okay. Pars distalis is posterior pituitary, and there is a tiny little intermediate pituitary also that is present between anterior and posterior pituitary. Okay. The pituitary gland is attached to the hypothalamus with a stalk which is known as infundibulum. This is the infundibular stem. Okay. And this region is hypothalamus. So I have shown the same table. Okay, the hormones which are secreted from the pituitary because it is associated with hypothalamus secretion only. So ADH and oxytocin are the two hormones of posterior pituitary, and anterior pituitary luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, prolactin, growth hormone, and adrenocorticotropic hormone. If we talk about the intermediate pituitary, it only secretes melanocyte stimulating hormone, which stimulates the secretion of melanin from the melanocytes, which provides color to the skin. Okay, stimulating hormone. Okay, which is abbreviated as MSH. So, in the pituitary gland, here I would like to discuss with you the diseases, okay, which are caused by the undersecretion or either the oversecretion of the pituitary hormones. Okay, so the first disease is gigantism. No, dwarfism. Let's discuss dwarfism first. Okay, so this is due to the undersecretion of which hormone? Undersecretion of growth hormone, GH. Okay, so here the development of the body, the development of the bones, especially the growth of the bones, it stops prematurely. Okay, and this results in a pituitary dwarf. Such people are known as pituitary dwarfs, okay, because this is due to the growth hormone secreted from the pituitary gland. Okay, then there are some dwarfs that result due to the undersecretion of thyroid hormone also, but the thing is that the pituitary dwarfs, okay, they have normal intelligence as compared to the thyroid dwarfs. Then second is gigantism, which is opposite to the pituitary dwarfism. Okay, in gigantism, it is first of all caused by the over secretion of growth hormone. Okay, and here the growth of the long bones, okay, especially the growth of lower jaw, okay, and no, not the lower jaw, this is actually, there is excessive growth of the body. Okay, which causes abnormal height and very long bones. Okay, so these giants are known as pituitary giants. They also have normal intelligence as compared to the giants which are produced by thyroid hormones. The third disease is acromegaly. Okay, acromegaly is caused by the over secretion of the growth hormone, but in adolescence. Okay, okay, so only the growth of the whole body doesn't grow, growth of lower jaw and limbs takes place. Okay, that means hands and legs. So this is another disease. Next disease is caused by the undersecretion of ADH. Okay, that is antidiuretic hormone vasopressin, and this is known as diabetes insipidus. Okay, undersecretion of ADH, antidiuretic hormone. This is from the posterior pituitary, okay, not from the anterior pituitary. The first three diseases are from the anterior pituitary, but ADH is from the posterior pituitary. So, under secretion of ADH, which causes the release of more water through urine. Okay. So, if all the water is released, it is excreted out through the urine because ADH it helps in um, the absorption of more and more water from the kidneys. So the water is due to under secretion of ADH, the water is not getting absorbed. It will get released in the urine. So a person can suffer from excessive thirst. Okay, these are all the diseases of the pituitary gland. Okay, and with this we have finished the pituitary gland. Also, let's move on to pineal gland. Pineal gland is a small pea-shaped gland in the brain, okay, and its function is basically not fully understood, but it is known that it releases a hormone melatonin, and melatonin helps in regulating the sleep patterns. Okay, sleep patterns are also known as circadian rhythm. Okay, circadian rhythms which are associated with the biological clock. Okay, so only one hormone is released by the pineal gland. Okay, and it is also known as the sleep hormone. Okay, then the next gland is the thyroid gland, and it is present in the neck region, and it makes three hormones basically. Okay, two hormones are given here, thyroxine and triiodothyronine, which is T3. Okay, why it is known as T4 and T3? Because thyroxine is involved in, I mean, it is also known as tetraiodothyronine. Tetraiodothyronine. Okay, tetraiodothyronine means it has four iodine atoms, and triiodothyronine means it has three iodine atoms. Iodine is very important for the synthesis of thyroid hormones. Then another hormone is calcitonin. Okay, so calcitonin is there, thyroxine is there, triiodothyronine is there. Okay, let's begin with, yeah, this is the diagram. So this is just the thyroid hormone. If you look at the section of the thyroid gland, you will see these follicles. Okay, which this is known as a thyroid follicle. Okay, there are C cells, which are the parafollicular cells inside, and they are responsible for the synthesis of thyroid hormones. So let's begin with the functions first. Okay, the first function is it helps in T4 and T3 basically. Okay, not calcitonin. T3 and T4 helps in maintaining the basal metabolism. Okay, and it is also involved in the oxidation of various components like various nutrients like carbohydrate, proteins, and fats, which provides energy. Okay, it is also involved in the tissue differentiation process. Okay, which brings about metamorphosis of tadpole. Okay, it is also involved in growth of the body. Okay, because it is involved in increasing the metabolism. So with the increase in metabolism, the growth of the body is brought about. Okay, next is calcitonin. Calcitonin is responsible for maintaining the calcium and phosphorus balance of the body. Okay, so it decreases the calcium level in the blood by decreasing its release from the bones. Okay, so when the calcium level in the blood is decreases, the bones release its calcium ions. Okay, so calcitonin will decrease it so that the bones do not suffer. Okay, so these are the functions. Now we will discuss the diseases. Okay, so the first disease is exophthalmic goiter. Okay, this is due to the over secretion of thyroid hormones. Okay, now due to the over secretion of thyroid hormones, the what will happen? The metabolism will increase, the growth will increase, and the oxidation of everything, the fats, carbohydrates, protein is increasing. So the changes that take place in the body includes heartbeat increases, okay, the breathing rate increases, and a person is always, there is irritability and restlessness, etc., etc. The mark One of the marked symptom of exophthalmic goiter is exophthalmos, which is bulging eyeballs. Okay, so that's why it is known as exophthalmic goiter. Okay, all it is also known as Graves' disease. Okay, now uh, the second disease is cretinism. Okay, cretinism is due to the hyposecretion, the undersecretion of thyroid hormones. And if there is undersecretion, the growth of the body will not be brought about, and it takes place in infants, not in the adults, in infants. So there is low metabolism. The most important features of such people are pot belly of these kids, I mean infants, pot belly and pigeon chest. Okay, if proper hormonal therapy is given, then they can be saved from this disease. Okay, next is myxedema, which is the undersecretion of thyroid hormones in adults. Okay, and again, there will be low metabolism, low metabolic rate, low heartbeat, low breathing rate, everything will be low. And these people also suffer from low intelligence, so mental faculties also don't develop, both in myxedema and cretinism. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms. Next is very common disease, okay, that is goiter. So this is not due to the deficiency of thyroid hormones, but due to the deficiency of iodine in diet. Okay, and what is the symptom? The neck swells up. Okay, and this is the indication that goiter is there, I mean deficiency of iodine is there. If proper iodine is given in the diet, then the people can be saved from the disease. Okay, I have already told you the function of calcitonin. Okay, it stops the release of these calcium ions from the bones. Okay, with this, we are going to continue with the questions. So, pituitary is a master endocrine gland. Justify this statement. Because pituitary gland controls the secretion of other master glands, of other glands, sorry, of all the other glands. Okay, next question. Okay, I have given here for your reference some of the hormones, okay, which the pituitary gland control. So there is growth hormone, okay, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, prolactin. Then we have, okay, what right differences between exocrine and endocrine glands. So I'm going to make two columns. So exocrine glands possess ducts. Okay, endocrine glands lack ducts. They are ductless glands. Second is the examples include sweat gland, oil gland, and uh, salivary glands. Okay, endocrine glands include pituitary, thyroid, pineal, etc. So these are the differences. Nervous and hormonal system together performs the function of control and coordination in human beings. Justify the statement. So here hypothalamus is connected to the pituitary gland, right? And the pituitary gland is controlling the secretion of all the other glands. But from where the pituitary gland is receiving the signal for its secretion, it is receiving it from the hypothalamus. Either the signal is coming from the hypothalamus, like in case of anterior pituitary, or the secretions are altogether synthesized in the hypothalamus, like in case of the posterior pituitary. So by the connection that we see between the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, we can say that the nervous and the hormonal system perform the function of control and coordination together in the human beings. Okay. Next, compare and contrast nervous system and hormonal control and coordination in animal. So the same thing is there. Okay. The nervous system is there. Okay. And the hormonal, the endocrine system is there. Okay. The nervous system is it is receiving the stimulus, and sending to the appropriate organ. Okay, that is the work of nervous system. But what is the work of endocrine system? It is giving the response by secreting specific hormones. Okay, so without the nervous system, the stimulus cannot be received, and without the endocrine system, the response cannot be given. So this is how the nervous and hormonal control and coordination takes place in animals. Okay, why is the use of iodized salt advised to us? Because deficiency of iodine causes goiter. Okay, where the neck swells up. Okay. Then the next question. Few children in a village have complained of swollen necks. More and more children have complained about swollen necks every month. A villager, Ram Singh, is superstitious and he thinks that the village is cursed by a devil. Sham is another villager who thinks it has a disease which needs consultation with the doctor. On the basis of above passage, answer the following question. Do you agree with Ram Singh? No. What can be the reason behind swollen necks of young children in the village? How can the problem be overcome? Uh, Deficiency of iodine in diet. Okay. And how can the problem be overcome? By providing sufficient iodine in diet. What social change is required in the village to make it free from blind faith? Awareness about the diseases that are existing in the world. Education. Okay. And what values are shown by Sham? Sham is intelligent, right? He is intelligent and aware about his surroundings. And he is also to um, quick to take action. Then, if iodine is insufficient in one's diet, what might be the deficiency disease? This is iodine deficiency, deficient goiter. Okay. So I hope you liked the video. And if you have any questions, you can post them on the forum and I will be happy to answer them. And stay tuned for the last video. Thank you.